Welcome back, listeners, to the Hit Pause podcast, the podcast where we give you all of your YouTube recommendations for the week. This is episode number 116, I believe. You are here with my co-host.
Thanks. My name's David. I'm so happy to be here.
Oh, wow. I love the positivity today, David. My name's Ayman, and I'm feeling just as positive, you know? Just as positive, for sure.
I never said I was positive. You just think I sounded that.
So you're faking it, basically.
Yeah.
David does not want to be. So this week, as always, we've got some video recommendations for you, as well as our channel recommendations of the week. What is yours, David?
Mine is, it's Beau Miles. Yeah, I'm happy with it.
You sure about that? You sounded very not sure about that.
I was going to change it, but you know what? No.
Okay, cool.
I'm
Fair enough.
True to what I dedicated this week towards.
Fair enough. And my pick of the week is probably not someone you have not heard of. Sentences. But a UK-based channel, Colinfurze, the man in the tie himself. Yes, that is it.
Nice.
But,
did you make that up yourself, or that's what he claims to be?
What, the man in the tie?
Yeah.
Well, he claims it indirectly by wearing a shirt and tie in every episode. It's kind of his thing, you know?
Yeah.
But before we get into that, let's quickly take a look at how many hours of YouTube we watched in the past week. David, kick us off.
20 hours, 5 minutes. And
Oh.
no, I did not just round that up.
Really?
On purpose to get to 20 hours. 20 hours. I'm quite proud.
20 hours and 5 minutes. Wow. That's one of the highest you've ever got, actually, David.
Yeah. Never done a full day. Hopefully one day.
Mine is quite ridiculous, actually. Mine is, okay, seeing as you didn't round up, I won't round up either. 28 hours, 57 minutes.
Yeah.
So that, basically 29 hours. I don't really know how I got there, to be honest. Last week with work, it was a bit of like a loose week. We just had some like talks and stuff. So there was definitely a lot of watching going on. Had Friday off. I could see a lot of hours on Friday. So I don't, it still seems quite high. I'm wondering if maybe something happened here. But then on Sunday too, like rather than watching shows, we spent all evening just like watching videos. Pretty much. Which actually brings me to the first topic I wanted to talk about. So we spoke about Bon Appetit in a previous episode. Bon Appetit is basically a cooking publication. They have like a magazine, website, and they also have a YouTube channel where they have a bunch of different chefs, each with their own kind of individual shows that go on the channel, and it's pretty entertaining. They're all in a shared kitchen, and people pop in and say hi. It's really like jokey and lighthearted in a good way. And last year we reported on it, but there was a big bit of controversy where it started, I think, with Sola, who's one of the chefs, and she basically accused Bon Appetit of, not paying fairly, not paying, women and men of color fairly, anybody who wasn't white, basically. And then there was drama with the CEO or not CEO, I think maybe editor-in-chief, I think it's called.
Yeah, I think it was, yeah.
Yeah, there was like some old pictures of him in like brown face. And besides that, amongst all the drama, he basically, he quit and said, he stepped down, and they got a new person in and all that. But in the midst of all that, a bunch of people left, including, I didn't realize that she had left, but I was just watching some Bon Appetit at the weekend, and
off the main YouTube channel, right?
Yeah, I the main YouTube channel, and I just didn't see Claire anywhere, and I was like, interesting. So I went and did some research, and it turns out what happened was right when this drama was going down, which was right around the start of lockdown in 2020, so around March, her contract was like her contract was up. It finished her contract with them, and normally, she'd just sign again for another year or whatever it may be. And she said, I'm thinking about what to do. I'm not so sure about returning to Bon Appetit. Ended up, she said, no, I'm not going to return. And then in December, she started her own channel. So she now has her own YouTube channel. It's called Claire Saffit's Ex Dessert Person, right? So what happened was...
X, used to be a dessert person?
No,
or...
X as in, the cool way of saying with
cool,
kind of something. It doesn't really make sense, to be honest, because she is the dessert person. She did this cookery book called Dessert Person, and it was, it was like number 2 Times bestseller or something like that, in that particular category. So it doesn't really make sense because the X is normally like so and so with so and so,
Yeah.
So all right, whatever, fine. But yeah, she started her own channel. Basically, just makes desserts at her kitchen at home, which is not like a professional kitchen at all. She's got a nice cooker, but otherwise it's pretty small. She lives in New York, so fair enough. And yeah, she's doing really well, like 750k subs.
750?
Yeah. I mean, she had a big following on Bon Appetit, and then I'm sure that her cookery book, really helped accelerate it because, I could totally see, I imagine she would have said, go onto YouTube and you can see this recipe getting made or whatever, but I mean, having said all that, it's so much more boring. I mean, her videos now on her channel they're just straightforward cooking videos. It's her showing how it's done, and very little in the way of like humor, fun, anything like different. Yeah, it's kind of a shame, but I don't really think Bon Appetit is not the same since everybody left. And there was all this drama. I mean, even Brad is still there, but his videos just aren't the same, the way it's set up and everything. But it's kind of a shame.
I was afraid of this.
Yeah, because like the fun of it was the way all the different chefs interacted, and get to know the personalities, and they're jumping in and making jokes, and things are going wrong, and it kind of made it really fun. And this is just so much less fun.
Yeah, but I know she stood there during that change for however long it was, and I thought with the whole point of the editor-in-chief, I guess, leaving was they were going to be there for whatever was going to be the new Bon Appetit, but I guess she did stick around for that, which would have been cool. Been cool,
exactly. So I mentioned as well, like Sola, who it's kind of all started with, and who left. I think we also mentioned this in a previous episode, but she went on to join Babish, who rebranded as the...
Right,
he rebranded as the Babish Culinary Universe, basically saying, hey, it's not just me anymore, we have other people. But this is interesting. So she was over there for a little while. I remember, looking at the channel, seeing her popping up in quite a few videos. But here's the thing. Looking through the channel now, Babish's channel... The last time she was in it was 5 months ago. So I don't know what has gone on there and why she's no longer in it. I don't know if she's maybe left as well. Left her Babish as well.
Yeah, or less camera, like in front of camera maybe.
Yeah, I can't really tell. I mean, she's still active on YouTube. And, just typing her name in, you can... see there's a lot of different videos that she's been in recently, but it kind of, I don't know. It seems weird. Like, why has she not been in a Babish video for 5 months? But it's a bit strange. At least based on the thumbnails, I've not watched every single one, to be fair. yeah, it doesn't seem right. It does not seem right.
Yeah,
anyway,
man, this is such a curse of like of big starts, and then like when people have to go separate into different other like avenues and they pursue their career on a different channel. It's even though individually they're clearly aimed for success, it's that collective aspect that also made them successful in the first place.
Exactly.
And it's so hard, especially the next job for it to kick off perfectly. It reminds me of like Machinima, when that used to be around and all the channels they used to host. When Machinima went away, the YouTube channel, and everyone started making their own channels and thought they would just succeed the same way.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean,
still,
fair play though to Claire, because she does have subs, you know.
Oh yeah, that is commendable.
Yeah, and like I said, probably are a lot of people that have come in, you know, who didn't know her before, and it's from the cookbook and everything. But so good job. It's just it's not as entertaining. I mean, I see Solar now is on another channel called Food 52. She pops up in that one quite a bit, so I don't know if she's maybe just working with them now or what, but she seems to move around a lot. But anyway, last point on this, but Babish, like I said, he rebranded Babish Culinary Universe, and that was right around the time when Solar joined him. So it was like she was a known face, you know, people knew her from Bon Appetit, and you know, she's a very talented chef as well. I might also just mention that she like her technical knowledge is insane. Whenever anybody asks her stuff in Bon Appetit, she'd be like, "Oh yeah, you should do that. You should toast that, or you should put this like weird." Nice. You know, she always seems to know some little secret thing. But yeah, I don't know if she has left. That's kind of a blow to the culinary universe, because it's not really a universe anymore, man.
Exactly, yeah,
bro. It's
you can't
just
get rid of the sensei. You need the sensei.
Yeah, just go back to the old name, Benji. You know, it's not you anymore. So it's just you anymore, rather. So I don't know. We'll see what he does with it, but yeah, that kind of wraps it up for that. But anyway, pretty interesting.
I mean, I've been watching a lot of food stuff as well.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Kind of a lot.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So I'll put one that actually made me laugh in the description. So this video is called "I cook this for breakfast when I'm short on time." A recipe that will surprise everyone. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm curious.
Okay.
Definitely.
Channel.
And it's a video by I think her real name is Sophie. But the channel's called Essen Recept. I'm sure that's I think she might be Hungarian. But anyway, so when you watch the video, I couldn't tell you how slow I've seen somebody make breakfast. It just went so against the name of the title. Like I can tell it's a quick breakfast, but she was doing it so slowly. It was ridiculous. And then I was like, I know if I click comments, everyone's going to be saying the exact same thing. And yeah, like the top comments were just hilarious of like, I've never seen anything so passionately made. And just like, yeah, I don't know how many hours you have in your day, but it's clearly not the same as mine.
Yeah.
It was just, oh my goodness, hilarious, because it wasn't in any sort of hate. It was just like, why is this the title of the video?
yeah.
But she got some weird I haven't seen like edit cuts before of like the camera angles. It's still that whole tasty vibe of like old tasty of like camera down on what she's doing.
Yeah.
But she's got some other shots which is pretty unique. And she has this weird thing at the end of all her videos, because I watched a couple more. It's very, very weird to hear when she just starts to enjoy the food. It's like there's no need for that sort of audio clip at the end. But besides all that, definitely entertained.
Damn. Okay, that's pretty good.
I'm gonna just add one last one. This channel's called Best Ever Food Review Show. I don't know if you've seen that one. I think they got quite a lot of subs. But yeah, it's hosted by a guy. who just goes across the country, 7 million subs, goes across the world country. And then he, basically reviews street food the most. Nice. Goes to Korea, goes to Japan, goes to India, goes to a lot of African countries as well. And he is good in getting the community involved. I do find him quite arrogant, or he's got that YouTuber ego, which is like, calm it down or be a bit more self-aware. But really? Besides that, the visuals though, like I've seen a lot of 4K food videos before, but this one, I mean, it's just 4K at the end of the day, but I feel like it's shot in like 12K and scaled down. It's just so clear. It's so great. And this is outside. Nice. This is not just like in the kitchen where you got the perfect lighting and stuff. Yeah. So it's like, I'm really impressed, and I'm always visually like hooked. So I do recommend that channel, and I'll put a video or two in the description as well.
Okay, nice. All right, my next recommendation, I promise, is not food related. Wait, shit, it is food related.
It is, yeah, actually.
It's not a food channel though, but okay, William Osman. Everybody, you've heard of him, and I've spoken about William Osman before, and I will have said I don't like him. And that is, or at least was, true. I never liked him before, and it's not because he makes bad content or anything like that, because his content is good. He puts a lot of effort in, but I never liked him because I just didn't like his personality. It just felt really forced to me. It was like he seemed really shy and everything, which is fine. Which is fine. There's a lot of channels that are like that, but it felt like he was forcing something that was different to that was not shy, and it just felt inauthentic, and I didn't really like it. But I don't know. I watched a couple of his videos recently, his more recent ones, and I don't know. I don't know if he's just become more comfortable with it, or he's just being himself more. But his content is definitely improved, in my opinion. But anyway, the recent video I watched was one with iDubbbz. They actually seem to be quite good friends now. They've done quite a few videos together, where they make.
But it's not that same one where he went fishing with some guy, is it?
No,
is that a different guy? Okay, just making sure.
I don't know if that
I'd like to see that guy improve.
But
I know it was a video we put in an episode ages ago, but yeah, carry on.
Yeah. So they find this article about watermelon fake meat. Basically using watermelon in place of meat as, a vegan alternative. And they make a watermelon hamburger, watermelon hot dog. They also make pastrami out of watermelon, like smoke it overnight and stuff. And yeah, it was pretty entertaining. Well edited, lots of like jokey cuts and stuff in there. He actually towards the end did like a kind of what am I trying to say here? How to basic? Yeah, he kind of did a how to basic thing towards the end, lots of cuts, and he's like using his foot in it and like making noises, and the first person camera angle and all that. But it was pretty entertaining. Okay, I know it's food related, but it's more like comedy related than food. So
hey, don't feel bad for throwing that in there. Do you know what I'm gonna throw in next? TikTok.
Oh, okay. We're not even YouTube now. Wow.
Nah, we're breaking the fourth wall here. Yeah. But I just wanted to talk about the TikTok app. I am so impressed with their update. And I feel maybe late to the party, and everyone's like, oh yeah, I knew about this. Or I have this. But it's been a while since I've been on. And yeah, they finally have like a timeline thing. You can scroll through the time on a TikTok. So thank you. I don't have to watch it from the beginning anymore.
Oh, no way. Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah. And every channel now has like a playlist section. So there's some TikTokers I like where they do one kind of thing. And then the other stuff, like, I don't care. Like if somebody's like good at, it's hard to give examples because I honestly don't think they're popular enough to. But if somebody does like a recurring thing where they do a certain like voice, or like they play a weird character, and then on other occasions, let's say they dance, I can now just filter it to that category I want. It's like, I've wanted this as well. So I just got to give props to it becoming a user-friendly app now, rather than just for the creator. It's now for the viewer. So
pretty good.
Might be on TikTok a bit more now.
I don't even think I have that app installed anymore. I just wasn't using it for so long.
Mature. Actually, so when I sent you that TikTok, does it just open in a browser?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Didn't know it could.
Yeah, it opens in a browser, and yeah. Meanwhile, YouTube's shorts are not improving at all.
Yeah. Could say that again.
So there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. That's not really a YouTube recommendation, though, David.
So, skimming through, I do have a recommendation, but also before that, I've been watching so many old Poppy videos.
Have you? Oh, no way.
One just popped up in my home screen, and I think I watched, obviously, because the old ones used to be like 30 seconds, right? So I think I ended up watching like 20 in a row, and I was like, okay,
really?
That's enough. But I was glad I did.
Jeez,
anyway,
okay. Yeah,
video recommendations. So this one, I felt like if anyone was going to tell me about this one, it would be you. This is a video by a guy called Pornisher.
Called what?
Pornisher, or like PWN Nisha.
Oh, Nisha.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah. So he made a challenge. I'm not sure to what community. Let's just say Reddit for the sake of it. He made a CG montage. Well, no, a CG. It's like I think it was like a 30-second, maybe to a minute frame of. He created almost like a stick man doing a weird animation as it goes across. Just a plain surface, and he put it out there for people to download and re-render it with their own imagination, like throwing whatever weird ideas they had. So he put that out there, and then I think he got about 2,400 entries back. Well, he got way more, but he made a compilation video of a 3-hour stream of all the entries coming back, and then he also made like a top 100 video as well. But they are so good. Like, it's hard to explain the visual effects or the VFX, I guess, that everybody put in, but they're honestly amazing. It's like from just a simple idea of like a stick man going across the floor. Some people have like added. Like, they turned it into like a human being, like trying to carry something heavy. Some people changed it to like the Duracell battery character. Some people have changed it to like anything from Disney, but like, or like Nintendo characters as well, or just making it very artsy as well. It's just that idea of changing a very plain canvas into whatever idea they had.
I think I saw some of these on either Reddit or maybe Twitter. And I saw one, like somebody had done one that was a war scene, and somebody had done like a kind of a cutesy, cartoony one.
Yeah, changing the weathers. Like, there's so much. It's such a genius idea. There's so much that you can do, and it's not like he has a big channel. I think he's like under 1 million. But when I actually saw his face, because he did like a video saying like thank you, I was like, oh, I've seen this guy before. He used to work with almost used to be like a dynamic duo with Freddie Wong for that rocket.
Oh yeah,
rocket jump.
Yeah.
So that's what he's doing now.
Oh wow, okay, so that's really cool.
Man, they were very talented back in the day with all their stuff that they were doing on YouTube.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Like exposure, you just come up with a great idea like that, and you just so much good publicity out of that one idea, right?
Yeah. I'll definitely put the top 100 render montage, I think is the name. I'll put that one in. It's got like almost 4 million views as well.
Oh,
it's
sick.
like a really really good compilation.
Yeah, that's really cool.
If you want, you can watch the 3-hour montage if you really want to.
Yeah, maybe not.
maybe another day.
Yeah. Okay, my last recommendation of the week is, we should just give up and call this the food episode because they've got so many food recommendations, but I've also been watching a lot of candy making videos, which I've spoken about before, also on the podcast. But there's this particular one where they're making an Akita dog, really cute dog, and they're just making it in hard candy. And it's just showing the process and stuff, and he's talking about the process. It's just really interesting. It's kind of like relaxing one to watch, like watching them work the sugar and the toffee and stuff. It's pretty interesting, and yeah, it's just cool to see. Really cool.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay, that wraps it up for my video recommendations. Have you got any last ones for us, David?
No, that's pretty much it.
Okay, cool. So let's move to channels of the week. You want to go first with who was it? Beau Miles.
Yeah, I kind of fell into this almost within, what was it, the last 2 episodes where you were mentioning like that outdoor wilderness vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I almost had to double check that you haven't spoken about him. But I think he's a guy, I think he lives in Australia, and I would call him as a very curious person. Let's go with that.
Okay.
He's that mixture of, he's very similar to like Van Neistat, if you were to ask me. Like he is a spirited man in his own way. So he lives like out of the city, and he's like I think he lives with his wife Helen, and he just kind of gives himself like every week like just a new interest that he falls in love with. And so like an example, he's got a video of walking 90 kilometers to work.
Okay.
Like there's no reason for it, but he loves it.
I have seen, I must because of all the wilderness stuff I've watched, but
yeah,
I've seen so many of his videos recommended to me recently. He must have been like, maybe not, if not on trending, but trending in the algorithm or whatever. Because that's interesting that you saw it as well. I haven't actually watched any, but yeah, I saw. I had recommended to me over and over again the one that's the commute, a 4-day paddle to work.
Yeah, it's like a commute series. He's got that paddle to work, and he's got the walking one as well.
Right, and there was another one as well where he's sleeping in a tree. Again, not watched it, but it just like massively recommended to me over and over.
Yeah. I think maybe because I also clicked on one of your videos a couple of weeks ago. Maybe that's how it fell into mine.
Oh, yeah. Makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't have that many videos in total. I think he's got like just under 30, and it's got 500,000 subs.
That's wild,
But I do like how the videos put together. That's where that Van Neistat comparison comes in, because he's very dedicated to... It's not all just like challenges of me going to work. He's got other things where he, tries to run a mile like every couple of hours for every single day. He does stuff where he's actually building things as well. He's done a video where he eats just tin beans for 40 days.
Okay.
And in all of these are not like Matt Stoney types challenges, like, oh, let's just see if I survive. It's like, it always comes with a purpose of like pushing the human body and like bringing it down to earth about, life can be more simple than the crazy first world problems we give it. And and in all of these videos, he's also giving a lot of his philosophical thoughts on life, which I do end up finding these like 20 to 30 minute videos. Like I barely notice the time go by. Very, very entertaining. Nice.
Okay. I mean, that's kind of convinced me, because like I said, I don't know what it was that made me not click on any of them. I think, I don't know. It was just like the 4-day paddle to work commute one. I don't know. I think it was just the audacity of it. It's like, well, that's not really a commute to work. Like when you know, that's stupid.
It's a stretch. It's a stretch to make a Mr. Beast.
Yeah. So you like take 2 days off work and then leave on Thursday to arrive on Monday. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, so I don't know. It just didn't click with me based on the thumbnails, but I really like the sound of that. So I'm definitely gonna.
And again, it's more than just a commute. Like there's one where he makes a COVID office for his wife. There's one video where he's literally just drinking wine and just talking to you. If you do like the guy or end up liking him, then every video is just a masterpiece.
Really? Okay. Nice. Yeah. I'm down. I think that's a good recommendation. Thank you very much, David. Send your thanks to David to hitpodspodcast@gmail.com or comment on the video. Okay, so that brings us to my channel of the week, which is Colin Furze, who's a British guy. I mentioned the tie and shirt. That is literally his branding. He wears a tie and, work shirt in every video. The tie is usually loosely fastened, usually a short sleeve shirt. And I'm just going to go ahead and describe him as a mad scientist, or a mad engineer more like. But all he does is he just takes on ridiculous projects that are almost always incredibly dangerous, but just so, I don't know, funny or just ridiculous. So he's a lot of people know about his spinning knife his spinning knife belt. But once he made a belt that he attached a bunch of knives to, like fat kitchen knives kind of thing, and it spins around your waist, creating a, circular ring of spinning knives around you, around your waist. Like, it's just so insane and insanely dangerous. But he's just like, I just makes it because it's funny, or, it just because it's entertaining. And yeah, so one of the big projects that he completed a while back, I think it's actually like 5 years old or something now, but he built a bunker at the bottom of his garden. And you should see his house. This is not some big old American house in the countryside with tons of space. This is semi-detached. From the outside, looks quite small, and
his neighbors must love him.
I know, but just looks totally normal place. And at the bottom of his garden, which is not a huge garden, like if you were living in London, you'd be like, that's a big garden, but he's not living in London. It's like it's a pretty, I don't know, it's not huge. It's a reasonable sized garden. And yeah, he just got all the work, got workmen in, did a lot of it himself, and built an underground bunker, which is just so ridiculous. It's so cool. And he just built it because it's cool. Like, that's why he built it.
And the apocalypse, of course.
Oh, and the apocalypse. Yeah. So recently he was on trending, I think number 2 on trending, with a new similar project, but basically now he's building an underground tunnel from his house to the bunker. And it's just genius, because that's what you need to do next. I know. I mean, you got a bunker, but no underground. What the hell? No underground path? What the hell, man?
You got to dodge zombies for like 10 seconds to get to your bunker. What's the point?
Yeah, what's the point? Exactly. So yeah, pretty awesome. Like, so cool. It's like, how can I describe? His channel's basically the ridiculous ideas you would come up with as a child. That you think is cool,
and just leave it as an idea,
and then he just makes it. It's like, bunker underground. Like, well, that sounds really cool and awesome. It's like, I'm just gonna build that. So okay, nice.
Oh man.
But yeah, some of his other ones, other like videos I can recommend are he did this one where he made a bicycle where instead of a normal metal frame, everything was made of springs. So like the whole bike could twist and move. You know, it was kind of the whole bike is suspension. You know, it didn't work at all. It was like a mess. It was basically unrideable. But it was just a ridiculous idea and quite funny to see built. So yeah, I definitely recommend checking him out if you haven't already. I mean, he's already, 11 mil subs. He's no.
Yeah, I was gonna say because there was a video. Must have been like a year and a half ago on the podcast. I remember. Was it where he made like a staircase? Treadmill or something instead of the stairs
in his house
his house and I could have sworn he was like on 6 million then. I mean obviously it's been a year but still that's good to know.
Considering he's going a long time as well.
Yeah,
what I like about him is that his projects they're just ridiculous and also really scrappy and messy and, things aren't perfect, but who really cares, A lot of these other channels, which we talk about quite often, this type of channel, engineering or like building stuff, are, show a lot of precision. They've got a beautifully laid out workshop. They got all the right tools and they are... it may take all the measurements and do all that stuff, but he basically just wings it. He like sketches something out real quick and then just wings it. And oh no, this isn't right. Well, let's just weld it together and hope for the best. He's really not. I really like that about his channel. It really kind of sets him apart, and just the childish joy you see on his face when he, uses his flamethrower he built or whatever. It's just really entertaining. There's another one I'll recommend, which is it's titled Firework Rocket Mushroom brackets Run for Your Life. And David and I were saying this before the show, but you would see brackets Run for Your Life or something like that and say a Mr. Beast video and you'd be like, okay, yeah. Probably, definitely, completely safe and all that. But with him, you're like, oh shit, that is... The way he's done that is dangerous as fuck. Like, that is a mess. That is seriously. And even when he does it, like, there's little fires landing in the grass everywhere. And it's just an absolute mess in a hilarious kind of way. I really recommend Colin. He's got such an entertaining and different channel. The video that was on trending was only part 1 as well. So I think he's going to do part 2, maybe even more, of making the tunnel. And I'm sure those are going to hit trending even harder than the first episode did. He's got part 1 and part 2. Sorry, I don't think he's finished yet though. But yeah, pretty awesome. Yeah, pretty awesome. So yeah, recommend. Right, I think that about wraps us up for today. Is that right, David?
Yeah, you could say that. You could say that again.
Okay, sweet. Well, thank you everybody for listening. You can sub to us on iTunes, any podcasting app, or even on our YouTube channel where we are posting these. As soon as we are able, we'll be going back to video podcasts as well. So make sure you sub to get ready for that is my point. That's what I'm saying. You can comment and email us hitballspodcast@gmail.com. Thank you all for listening. We will see you next week.